center, put that yellow line in the center. Make it measure each from the outside to each on the inside. It measures the center. You want to be the tire can be bigger on the outside, smaller on the inside, and the center still close. But then you take the average.
Give me some water.
That's a few things we did.
Yeah.
Here you go, bud. Comfortable?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we've got a special media time here for us. Not only do we have Ryan Newman, but we have NASCAR Hall of Famer Bud Moore has joined Ryan this weekend, a very special weekend for the number 39 car, as Ryan is this weekend, and I'm going to get it all out here, is driving the U.S. Army 236th birthday Bud Moore NASCAR Hall of Fame Chevrolet. So, you know, you're putting two institutions together, the United States Army certainly, and then Bud Moore, NASCAR Hall of Famer. So we've got both of these gentlemen up here today, and welcome. And Ryan, I'd like to start off with you and just talk about the significance of this weekend for the 39 car.
It's big. We've been working for 2.5 years to get the U.S. Army in victory lane, and we've been close at times. We've given a couple away, and we've had a couple taken away. But this weekend, having the U.S. Army back on the race car, they're on their birthday weekend. As my wife always says, it's their birthday week, but that's the Army's birthday weekend. And to have Bud Moore on the car, an American hero and a veteran of the U.S. Army, and a recognized one at that, as well as part of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. It's a special weekend for me personally. I enjoy the history of the sport. I enjoy this racetrack. It's always been kind of considered my home racetrack, being from northern Indiana, and I really look forward to the opportunity here. Looks like we're blessed with some pretty weather, and we'll see if we can make the best of it and put on a good show for the fans.
And Bud Moore, certainly glad to have you up here at Michigan, and just talk about maybe what it means to be part of this great weekend for yourself and also for the 39 car.
Well, you know, I'm very, very proud to be here this weekend, and I'm happy to be recognized by the U.S. Army, especially Ryan and all his crew in the car, and put my picture on the side of the car is something else, you know, as far as I'm concerned, because it's the U.S. Army birthday. And it's great to know that Ryan and all his crew, they're doing such a good job as far as the U.S. Army is concerned, and celebrating the 236th anniversary as far as they're concerned. And me being in the Army is the way I was during World War II and all this. And as Ryan said, they put my picture on the car when I was only 18 years old. He said I was a Boy Scout back then. But anyway, it's a big honor for me to know that what's happening here this weekend, and it's an honor for me to get back here. I hadn't been here since 1998, knowing some of the changes look like they have made here, and it's going to be a great weekend for me to be associated with Ryan and all the crew and the Army crew and all the people here.
Okay, we'll take some questions now for either Bud or Ryan. If you have one, raise your hand and identify yourself and your media affiliate, and then also let us know who the question will be directed to. Who's got questions? We have I know at least one wireless mic, maybe two. Start back here with Woody. Raise your hand high, Woody, and then we'll go to Tom.
Woody Kane with MRN. Ryan, I don't know if you heard the announcement earlier, but they're going to repave Michigan after the August race. Just curious to get your thoughts on how you think that'll change things here.
Just like every other racetrack, it'll change the grip and the tire combination, which will have an effect on the racing. We've never gone. I shouldn't say this, but I don't think we've ever gone to a newly surfaced racetrack and run 3 wide or had 3 grooves to work with. So it changes the characteristics of the racing. But in saying that, it's something that has to be done for the future of our sport from a safety standpoint. I know that they also work pretty hard here too with the weepers and the water drainage part of things. So there's some things I think that they've learned at other racetracks that they can apply to here to help with the drying process and the safety aspect of it as well. So we don't, as drivers, I never like to see them paved. I love them when they're old and they have character and they're lacking grip, and we can take a tire there that's pretty grippy and falls off, and that is a good combination for us as drivers, especially for the racing and for the fans. But you know, it's going to be another work in progress for Goodyear to bring and build a tire for a new racetrack of this shape and of this caliber.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Ryan. Tom Jensen, Speed.com. Understand you were out flogging a street car yesterday at the GM Proving Grounds. Can you tell us a little bit about what you were doing there?
Yeah, it was pretty neat from a technical standpoint to see where GM is at their proving grounds. Number one, the proving grounds in Milford was amazing. The size of it and the mileage of testing tracks and courses and you know, surfaces that they have, working on ride control and stability and you know, braking and things like that. It was pretty amazing. And then to get to drive that Camaro, that supercharged Camaro, was pretty wild out on their skid pad. I got a 67-acre skid pad. Half of it's been repaved. We got to work on the grippy half. So talking about the racetrack, I guess it's kind of similar. We got to race on the new Michigan yesterday at the skid pad, and the old Michigan was getting repaved. But the way they work with their computers and the technology aspect of it to work on their stability control, their anti-lock braking, things like that. I was driving a Camaro. The engineer, had a computer in the right side. He could manipulate the car and work on the traction control and things like that. So it's pretty neat to see their facilities for the first time and understand that you know, they're a big part of what has been a very successful NASCAR Chevrolet program.
Let's go here to Rusty. Raise your hand, Rusty. Get him the mic, and then we'll go over here to Mike.
Rusty Baldwin, NASCAR Media Group. Ryan, I just wanted to ask you, looking ahead to next week, Sonoma road course, you know, could you just kind of talk about the characteristics of a road course and what it takes? It's obviously, there's a lot more involved than oval racing.
I've always said it's much more physical going to the road courses inside the race car, and there's, I guess, at times much more risk of having that driver control and not getting out of control and getting off the racetrack. Here you get off the racetrack, you're in the fence. There you get off the racetrack, you're in sand, or you're in the sticks, I guess you could say, and that can totally change your day. And something as simple as getting a tire off course and qualifying can change your entire weekend. So I look forward to going out there. I love the challenge. I love the road course. You know, to me, there's 2 good passing zones and 11 corners, so you're falling behind on the guy in front of the guy in front of you on 9 of the 11 if you don't get around the guy in front of you. Keep up with me here. And you know, I like it. It's fun to hustle the race cars. That's what really, as drivers, we like.
You know, one thing about running the road course is the fact that you got drivers sitting there using both arms, but you got to use both feet the same way. So he's using his whole body and his effort to go around the road course. So this is one thing that makes it challenging for the driver and also the car itself to make those corners and all and keep it out of the sand.
Go ahead, Mike.
Bud, you're from the greatest generation, as they say. Your thoughts on the Army of today and the young men and women who are, you know, defending this country?
He said, your thoughts about the Army today and about the young men and women that are helping to defend this country.
Well, you know, when I was in the Army and going through what I did in World War II, I was with General Patton the whole time I was over there. And when we fought the war over there, we sort of knew who we were fighting, who we didn't. I know the young men now going to Afghanistan, Iraq, and all over there now. They don't know who they're fighting or anything else on this part. And that's what makes it real bad. The guy can be 2 or 3 standing there, and a guy walks up and blow himself up and kill 3 or 4 of them, and they don't even know this is going to happen. So what we did in World War II, we killed everything that moved. If it was a cow or a bird or dog or what, it didn't make any difference. So these guys had to do a little different situation. And I feel for them because I wouldn't want to be over there going through what they're going through and not knowing just who we're fighting and who's not and who's going to walk up and who's going to shoot you and who's not. So it's real bad, and you have to give them boys a big honor right now because for them to go over there and do what they're doing, the job they've been doing, and they've done a heck of a job over there. And I'm looking forward to seeing them bringing them home, which they should do right now. And I don't think we have all that much business to be over there because what are we going to gain? So we need to bring them guys home and let them start doing a little something else.
Right here, gentlemen, raise your hand in the orange shirt.
Hi, Ryan. Vito Puglisi, frontstretch.com. Question regarding the repaving. I know with some of the older tracks have a little more character that, like Michigan, once they're repaved, they kind of lose that. They might go down to a one-groove racetrack. Any concern of that happening with Michigan, do you think?
Well, no matter how good a paving crew there is, they're still going to end up with character, and the character comes with time. And they obviously strive to do a perfect job. That's what their goal is, just like when they pave a highway, is to make it perfectly smooth, but that highway gains character over time as well. So, you know, we don't want it to be one groove, obviously. It's a super wide racetrack, and it's really a balance of what Goodyear does with the tires they bring here and how they marble up what kind of debris they throw as far as making it a one groove track or giving us the ability to move around and you know, get that clean air and make those passes. So and at the same time, obviously it ages pretty quickly up here with the weather conditions. You know, obviously you get pretty hot summers, and obviously the change with the cold winters and everything else, and that's a big reason why it is the way it is right now. I mean, I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago, and they're talking about turns 3 and 4, and I said, well, you realize that it's settled down there like, what are you talking about? And the track's got two different, it's almost got progressive banking, and you know, that's something that the track has developed over time just due to the age of it. So, and that's character, and that's made for good racing.
Other questions? Okay, Ryan and Bud, it's a great weekend for the United States Army, great weekend for the 39 team, and certainly always great to have Bud Moore with us, one of the giants in the sport. Congratulations on the birthday for the United States Army, and all the best to you, your team, and those men and women serving our country this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.